In this video, I'm diving into a high-margin, low-churn SaaS business designed specifically for UK accountants and bookkeepers. It's an 87% profit margin and 170% increase in monthly recurring revenue since it was last sold. Stick around till the end for a bonus tip on how to instantly grow this kind of SaaS without writing a single line of code. Hey everyone, my name is Shlomo Freund, and in this channel, I review passive income ideas. These come from interesting deals that I find online. I review those, uncover, dissect, and evaluate digital assets. From SaaS and content websites to newsletter and YouTube channels for sale. Today we're checking out a legit UK-based business for accountant. It's a SaaS deal on FlipA. I'll walk you through everything you need to know. Revenue trends, platform strength, potential red flags, and growth opportunities. If you're looking for a stable recurring income and a business with real bones, this one is worth a close look. So let's jump in. So we have a SaaS called Practice Flow, Practice Management SaaS for UK accountant and bookkeepers. 10 years, I don't know what's the old. Low churn recently. We have asking price of $75,000. 3 comments at the bottom, which we're going to look at. 1,000 views, 29 watchers. And we don't know if there was a price drop. So I want to show you something cool that you can do with the premium account of a deal slide. If I go to deal slide and I look here at view historical change, I would know if they dropped the price before or did anything else, which they did, showing 46 changes. So let's hide changes that are smaller than 2%. It's nothing significant. Yeah, it's nothing significant. I see. Let's see when they published it. Previous, new. Okay, it could be that the listing is automatically up because it's connected to one of the platforms like Stripe or any of those, and this is updates. But you see it's even updates a few times a day. Yeah, it's around the same one. Okay, so I guess that's the number they have and that's it. Okay, but anyway, it's a cool feature the premium version has that you can use. And here is example, if you go price recently reduced by 20% from 79,000, definitely can see this here. What happened? Let's again hide the small changes, and you see that January 22nd, the price was 98,000, almost 99, down 79. Then from 79 to 63, it took them, it published with, I don't know when they published, but it took them another week to drop it even more, and then it stayed on 63. Oh, we see that the revenue have increased, the profit have increased. I don't know if they did a mumbo jumbo here with the numbers though. Anyway, again, that's with Deal Slide, the premium account. If you're interested in this, I can probably get a good deal on that. So talk to me later. Let's look at the SaaS again. Okay. The Practice Flow, business location, United Kingdom. I like SaaS because SaaS is recurring. You know what's going to happen. Usually the multipliers are higher than the usual content websites or affiliate websites. British pounds, site age is 10 years, which is good. It's a long time. Nice profit margin of 87%. Nice page view amounts at multiple of 4.3. This means that you'll make your money back within 4.3 years, assuming this monthly profit. That's what it means. So if you apply by and by this, you're supposed to get to 59,908 British pounds. The churn is 2.4%, and there are even 44 active subscribers. Okay, let's have a look at that. So nice thing that you see here already is a nice slow, I'd say growth, or it's stable, which is a good thing. It means that they're working. It means that we probably need to find the levers here of something to improve. But from February 24 to January 25, so that's a year, we're still missing like 2 months data here. It was pretty stable. Then page views, also pretty stable, even a peak here, 19,000, but then down here in February for 11,000. I don't know what's happening in March, right? It's a good question. What else? So we said the price is $75,000, and who's the seller? Seller is Rob from United Kingdom. He's a software developer. He's verified over here with everything. Payment methods is escrow and FlipA Pay, which is good. Okay, let's read about the business. Simple, no-nonsense deadline and task tracking SaaS for UK accountant and bookkeepers, aka practice management software. Originally launched in 2014, acquired in 2021, okay, was already acquired, and rebuilt in 2023, 2024 by me, a professional software developer with over 20 years experience. Growing steadily, it's not meteorically yet. Exactly what we observed here on the graph of the revenue, right? Purely through organic and word of mouth. We're gradually creeping up and ranking in Google for our primary keywords: accounting practice management software and bookkeeping practice management software. Would suit someone with a flair for marketing. Rates well, 30%, but current marketing site is a bit basic. Also, plenty of paid traffic to be had in this niche if you know what you're doing with Google Ads, LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. Also, I have a LinkedIn account with 4,000 connections, all accountants, and our company page has 1,000 followers. We're just not doing anything with it yet. Not really my thing. This could be transferred to the buyer. Very low touch, occasional onboarding call for a new customer. Then, other than that, we receive 2-3 support emails a week at most. System itself is rock solid, and honestly, unless you're going to develop it further, not a priority. I wouldn't necessarily need tech skills to run it day to day, though having a developer available for occasional things would be handy. Tech stack, ExpressJS, TypeScript, and I don't know what's that. Okay, that's the SQL, that's the database. Happy to share further details. So this seems like a much more genuine business than the other one that we chose. I'm more keen on checking these kind of things than the one out there. It's harder to decipher, but you see already from the way that this one is written that you'll have a good conversation with a seller, being genuine and saying the real things about the business and not just saying everything is fine, just buy this. He did not say why he's selling though, so that will be interesting to ask him. Revenue and expenses, yeah, slowly growing. I'd like to see more than 12 months. I don't know if there is. No, there isn't. I guess November is not a good time to buy subscriptions for accountant in the UK. Okay, anyway, you see that it's basically the margins stay the same the whole time. It's pretty interesting, right? The gap between the blue and the green line. Okay, annual revenue 15,000, GBP, profit 13,000, almost 14. Profit margin 87%. We spoke about all these numbers. Okay, primary expenses, render. Oh, I use render, 128 a month. Help Scout, that's for support. G Suite, that's for the email and other things, calendar, stuff like that. I guess they're showing stuff to their clients. Practice, Flow, use .co.uk, Google Analytics. Nice, steady. Page views, a little concerned about this 11,000. I don't know what's going on here. Excuse me. Oh, that's page views, but then the unique visits are almost just a few hundreds a month. But that's enough to run the business, I guess, because he says everything is word of mouth. So every client checks a crazy amount of pages. In a year, they had 36,000 users, which they watched so many page views. I guess this numbers is just for people, going through the SaaS. They're using it. You'd want to see the numbers here just for the homepage. Yeah, it's probably you need to look at the unique visits here and not the page views. It doesn't matter so much because it's not that every page view here is more valuable for buyer. It's once you have a client and they know how to use it. This is how it manifests itself here in the data. But
hey, what's up? Please like and subscribe here at the bottom, and let's continue.
Unique visits. So not too many visits here, which I wonder why. I guess they should do more, as he says, marketing around their keywords, which they have already some. Sometimes with these reviews of deals, I also go to keyword research, but we're not going to those now. Let's look at the top channels. Direct. That makes sense. If he says everything is word of mouth. Only 30%, 34% organic search. You know what? I'm glad you see this because it means that if Google kicks them down, they're not going to be that hurt with that. Okay, so that's actually a good moat to have. And yeah, more direct and referral are much better than organic search. Paid search, they did some, unassigned, whatever that means. And then of course, everything is from the UK, but it doesn't mean this can't work for other countries. What else they have here? Monetization methods, service and subscriptions, Google Analytics and Stripe. That's where the data is coming from. They're giving all these assets. Platform, he said he developed everything by himself, so he probably need to keep some money aside for having a developer right there when needed. I can't imagine that it doesn't need development at all. It doesn't really happen. You do need someone, and the support included. I'd say that it's a nice, stable, growing business. I don't know if 4.3% is worth it. It's something to talk with the seller about. Part of what's going on with AI right now and with vibe coding, which basically people coding with prompts, is that you don't know what's going to happen to SaaS because everyone can just develop their own proprietary thing and just use it. So would accountants now go and develop themselves their own proprietary thing? I don't know. I have a friend and I tell him, you can do vibe coding, you can use Cursor and you can do that. And he's like, no, I'm good with that. He's not really interested. So if they're reluctant, great, this would still work. If these accountants going to move to do coding, yes, this business is in trouble. Let's see. I want to see the comments. So first of all, the last comments is from March, so pretty recent, like 3 weeks. Does Practice Flow offer the same features as Accountancy Manager? I want to know if it includes all the features that the Accountancy Manager has. Okay, I guess he's doing market research on this. Let's see what Ivan asked and then get to Rob, who's the seller. Hi, the quick questions. Why are you selling the business? Why are the major challenges facing the business or obstacles growing the business? Who are your biggest competitor? Okay, and then he replies, I need to release cash for personal and family reasons. Certainly the business is not in distress. It's very stable and has been for many years. I acquired the business for $30,000 in 2021. Since then, I rebuilt it and MRR has increased around 170%. It's not growing as quickly as I'd like. If it was, I wouldn't be selling, but there's definitely a great opportunity here if you have marketing skills and or resources. So this guy bought it for $30,000. He's selling it for $59,000. So he grew he is taking 100% over what he bought as, the increased value, but actually the MRR has increased to 170%. He's definitely being very fair here in what he does. That's a nice thing. Okay, that's a good opportunity for a buyer. Marketing, content. So the second question is, what are the major challenges? Marketing, content, SEO, social media, paid ads are not my strong suit, and I can't afford to pay someone to do it all for me. My hope was that the business would grow at a decent clip organically, and through word of mouth. It is growing just rather slowly. Trials convert well, around 30%, but the marketing site does not get a lot of traffic. As we saw, there's around 300 people a month get a lot of traffic. If you can drive traffic, you have a great opportunity. Hold on, let me just close the door here. Okay, so if somebody is strong with marketing, that's definitely a nice and good business to buy. It seems very, very interesting. Accounting Manager and Client Engager, Practice Flow, a user value proposition, USP, selling proposition, is that it's much simpler and somewhat more affordable and suits accountants and bookkeepers who want software that does all the core stuff, deadline tracking, track management really well, and super easy to set up and use. Hope it helps. Let me know if you have any further questions. Okay, and then I don't know why this guy Eduardo then asked the same thing over here and he didn't get a reply. So it's either because Rob already replied so he doesn't want to, or he sold the business pretty fast. It was around less than 2 months ago. Yes, so I think this business is super interesting. I don't know how well you need to be part of the accountants in the UK, and if somebody in, let's say, an accountant in the US who needs a new software, if they need a new, if they can use this platform as well. So because then you know what the potential for growth. What I would do maybe, or after acquiring this business, is maybe buying a newsletter for accountants, preferably in the UK, but not necessarily, and try to market this for them. That will be a nice for this kind of business. Yes, you were about to ask, sorry.
No, I was just
okay. Yeah, so overall, super interesting. Seems like a real listing, real business. Let's have a look at the landing page. Simple, powerful practice management software for bookkeepers and accountants. Right free. indeed very accounting kind of look, very general. Maybe there is a way to convert it better. You can ask how long since he raised pricing. Maybe it's time to raise pricing, just up that by 10%, and there you go. We have 10% more cash flow on this business. And which tier sells the most? Maybe you can repackage this with other things, in other way. I don't know. So there are many ways you can play with that. There are many levers with this business to pull: the pricing, the design, the marketing. There are really a lot of ways to grow that. And again, he grew it in 170%, as he claims. Again, verify this information, and sells this at a less than 100% profit. And of course, he made the cash flow over time. So that's good for him.
Earlier in the video, I told you I'm going to give you a tip to scale up practice flow. So here's the thing. If your practice flow, go and find, as soon as possible, immediately explore buying a newsletter in the accounting niche. You'll get warm audience that can be potential clients for practice flow. So it's just one partnership of a newsletter or acquisition, you can create a pipeline of clients coming in to try your product. And you can automate the follow-ups, so you're able to reach them again and again with different offers and different angles for your products. With this strategy, you are likely to increase revenue by at least 20%, if not more. Now, if you want more breakdown like this, please like and subscribe. But more important, I have a newsletter called Remote Revenues, where you can get weekly deal reviews. And I also share how I run my digital empire. I'll see you next time. Cheers.